So what a thriller against Anarchy. Only a kick in it at 3/4 time, and Cal, I reckon the coach made a pretty good 3/4 time speech.
Yeah, well, we sort of just one of those days really with the conditions where we couldn't quite get on top of them, and then Johnny had some words for us, nothing too extra in them, but just said we really needed to get back to what we do well. We started winning the ball out of the centre, kicked 3 in 2 minutes, I think, to start the last, and then it was pretty much game over from there. Really, just had to hold them off, and yeah, the boys, the mids did most of the work, and the rest of us sort of just jumped on board.
Yeah, coach, last time you were on camera,
Yep.
8 and zip, and then it was 9 and zip. Now we've got 4 rounds to go. Have there been any setbacks since we last visited you, or has it been all clear?
A couple of injury worries for us, to be honest. A couple of important players going down with a couple of long-term injuries. Hoping to get a couple of them back towards the back end of this year, or early in the finals. So, but we've got a great list. So we've got a lot of young talent. We've got a lot of older boys, a lot of experience, and a lot of depth basically to cover those at the moment, which is good. Like I said to you last time, it's an easy job when the boys listen to instruction. And my instructions, if you keep it simple, it's football becomes simple, and I think that Cal would understand and agree with that. That the more simpler it is, I think it's more effective.
Were you surprised with how competitive Anarchy were on the weekend?
No, definitely not, to be honest. Well, when you run out and you got the likes of like Jay Lever playing in the reserves, and I can't remember number 45, but he played first time we played him against in the seniors. He kicked a few goals and he played in the ones, and they had a couple of boys in there that are decent, really good footballers. So no, not at all. They played smart footy. I know their assistant coach and a little bit their coach a little bit, but more so their assistant coach outside of this as well. And they just played really smart. They clogged the game up, which we don't like. But the conditions made that. A real scrappy game on Saturday. But yeah, so wasn't surprised, especially when I seen the team list, and then they had some quality players out there. So yeah, it's actually a very, very good game of footy for 3 quarters. And like Cal touched on earlier, I think for the first 2.5 minutes of the last quarter they didn't touch the ball. We kicked 3 goals in the first 2.5, and then it was pretty much a game over. I think we kicked a couple more, and then they got one late.
Cal, who are the youngsters you've identified in the resis that you're looking forward to seeing play on St Albans?
Yeah, well, it's good to actually have some youth out there that can sort of do a lot of the heavy leg work. Ryan Dutson played his first senior game on the weekend. I reckon he'll be someone that can really probably use his legs and get out. And then we've got a pretty mobile, and for a reserve side, a pretty mobile-ish list. If we get Yatesy back, I think he'll love having 170 metres to work up and back. He loves getting the ball at centre-half back and working his way back. But I don't think it'll be any one individual that would change too much. I think, and hopefully we just sort of all do our part. I think Spez will play well there. Spez is pretty fit, and then I think, as I said, it's just most of the boys will just do that extra little bit, and then hopefully once we all do that extra 5-10%, it just adds up, and that's all we need really. And
just adding on to that, sharing the captaincy with Speciale, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's good. Spez is one of the few blokes that is still here from when I came across 7-8 years ago now. So he's sort of seen me grow up a bit, and it's good having someone who I knew as a person a bit before I started playing footy with him, and he doesn't hold much back. He's a pretty straight shooter. If he thinks you're being soft or not doing your part, he'll let you know, and it's something that I've tried to take from him, because he does it in the right way. He's not super negative about it. He just does it and gets his message across, and then sort of leaves it. But no, he's really nice to just bounce off and share the responsibility with.
Yep. Now I'm going to finish off with this one, guys. Big game, well, long distance derby again against Winchelsea, then a big home game for past players against Bannockburn. But you played all 11 sides. Who's the team to beat in the reserves competition?
Look, that's a tough one. Any side on the day, obviously there's a couple of sleeping giants, I think. So East Geelong, naturally we had them here, and a little bit undermanned, but yeah, you can tell that they're doing the work and they're pretty solid. Belmont naturally, but I think the sleeping giant, to be honest, is Inverleigh. I hear they got a few boys back from Europe and things like that had to run around in the twos on the weekend and got them a good win. I'm pretty sure they had a good win on the weekend. So I think they're the sleeping giants, to be honest. I think we need to be really attentive on them.
Yeah, I missed the East game, but obviously the one team that have beaten us, so they're the obvious answer. I'm saying Ingvar are always there or thereabouts. We've got them there, but they've got too much merit and too much respect within the comp to write them off already. And then similar to Banno, they're just always somewhat competitive, or if not, can just grab a scalp on a day. So those two, and then again, yeah, East and Belmont were flying, and we've had a couple of losses now, but yeah, those are the four that probably present the most threat to us.
Okay, so mate, I'm Josh. Right. Down the new boys.